welcome back to the channel, Hysteria Projects. I hope you're doing well. These are general messages, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. The underlying energy of this message is this passion energy. Now, I don't initially feel like this is romantic. It could be, okay? But really what I'm getting off of this is that you're working on something here that is going to be fruitful. There's something sweet about this. It says steady flow and mysterious ways. Okay, so whatever this is that you're working on, it is gaining momentum. And again, I am getting this, it's going to be fruitful. It's going to be, I mean, this could be income related. You know, this is something that could bring you in some sort of steady income here. And with this mysterious ways card coming out, I feel like whatever this is that you're doing, there is a sense of like being backed by wisdom. You know, I'm getting the energy that you have a lot of wisdom, and that is being integrated in whatever this is that you're doing. And it says the universe is conspiring to fulfill your dreams. You know, I'm getting that this dream could possibly be a dream that you had forgotten about for some time and you just started working on and picking up again, okay? For others of you, this is something that you have been already working on for some time, and it's now finally starting to pick up. You're finally starting to see the fruits of your labor, so to speak, okay? Whatever this is a blessing. Whatever this is that you're working on, this is blessed. It is a blessing for you. Possibilities. There are many potential paths. You know, this project that you're working on is going to open up doors for you and open up pathways that you didn't even think were possible. I'm getting very abundant energy from this. Financially abundant, emotionally abundant. You know, for some of you, this could have something to do with the previous message, you know. For others of you, this is just a project, okay, that you're pouring your passion into. You know, this is something that you enjoy, and it's blooming, it's growing, and it's opening doorways. You know, whatever this is a blessing to you. New adventures. You know, I'm getting that, you know, you are slowly moving forward. It seems like there could have been things, maybe that's why that energy just came up. You know, there could have been things that tried to keep you stuck and tried to hold you back. And you know, the previous message I just posted was about, you know, being in a job situation or some sort of situation that it held you back. It was preventing your blessings from coming in. And, you know, I'm getting that kind of same energy here. But, you know, with this energy, it's like your spiritual ancestors, your spiritual guides here, they're like, fuck that. Like, I am definitely getting a divine fuck no. You know, you're not going to be held back. You're not going to be stuck. The divine is, I'm going to say, interfering here to keep this flow steady, to keep you moving in the direction of this blessing. Because this is meant for you. You know, so the divine is, you know, releasing burdens and removing obstacles for you and freeing up time and space. And we have, you know, getting closure, letting go of the past, releasing burdens. You know, I can't make it up, right? So that's exactly what is happening right now. You know, your path is being cleared for this blessing. You know, there's something about this blessing that it's part of your transformation. It's part of like the spiritual path that you've been on. But this is also extremely protected. Okay, so you could be going through a lot of changes right now just within your life. And that's because the divine is making room for this. You know, and this is something I feel like you're already working on. But there is a fast progression, I'm going to say, that's going to start happening, because the more and more these obstacles are removed from this path, the clearer this path becomes. You know, so full speed ahead. On the bottom it says leader of the pack, boss, owner. You know, you could be leaping into, you know, creating your own business here. You know, or this could be something that you are very just inspirational. You know, this could have something to do with the spiritual world, you know, the spiritual community. Whatever this is that you're doing, though, there's a lot of healing with this, and not just for you. Okay? There's something about this that is going to be very fruitful, and it is backed by wisdom, and it's backed by the universe. So let's pull some tarot. This energy feels wonderful. I mean, it very much has this golden blessing feeling, like this golden aurora around it. So let's get into it real quick. We have the Three of Waters and the Ten of Fire. No, it's giving that energy of you having worked really, really hard just to remain imbalanced and stressed out and overworked, you know. And I feel like that is what's changing. That energy right there is changing. You know, there's this coming together energy. And this doesn't mean that you have to be collaborating with somebody. You know, this doesn't mean that you have to be working on this business idea with other people. But what I am getting is that this fruitfulness that's going to come from whatever this is that you're working on, this is going to bring people together. This is going to help guide people. There is this leader energy that is radiating from you. You know, so you are an inspiration. And look, a success is on the bottom here. You know, this blessing is divine success. You know, it can't not be successful. You know, this is something that I feel like it's a gift to you in many ways, but this is also a gift to other people. So I'm curious to know, you know, what is this that you're working on? Because this sounds very beautiful. There's that leader energy again. You know, you have this wisdom, this backing by the universe here. You're very much stepping into a be your own boss type of role, it feels like. And it feels like you are very qualified. Like you are more than qualified to do this. And we have the Four of Wands. And what I'm getting from this is something that is extremely stable. And this is also something that can be integrated into people's homes and people's lives. It's like I'm getting this celebration of life here. And, you know, again, take what resonates and leave the rest behind. But, you know, I feel like this is the energy that is radiating from whatever this is that you're working on. You know, what you have some sort of talent here. And you're stepping into a position to guide, to lead. 444 could be significant to somebody. I'm getting the energy that this is a role that you're stepping into that you've never been in before. Maybe you have been in this role to other people and not been aware of it, but this is something like you're intentionally stepping into. You're taking action, you know, I'm gonna say to bring this in to the world. Again, I'm curious, what is this that you're working on? Because it does feel like this is gonna create a positive change, not just in your personal life, but in the lives of others and other people's households. Wow. You know, with these possibilities, we have this Eight of Wands, that incoming communication. This is very fast action. And then Wise Counselor, belonging, learning, traditions. You know, I'm getting here that, you know, it's giving off like a teacher role. You could be teaching something. But I'm stuttering. I'm getting that this is coming in very quickly, and it could happen so fast that it could make you feel a loss of words. You know, with this Ten of Cups on the bottom, this family, love, blessings. You know, I feel like that is what will come from this. You know, these possibilities that are endless, that are opening. You know, and these things are happening quick. I feel like this is already in the process here. Happening very quick. You know, with King of Wands on the bottom here, I feel like this blessing is coming together fast. And I feel like there's this pickup in momentum because of this over here. Because the divine has been stepping in and removing these obstacles and pretty much clearing up the path, clearing shit up for you. So this can run smooth and steady. Because this is guiding you directly to your wish fulfillment, your dreams, this emotional fulfillment. This sense of love and happiness here. You know, you were dealing, wow, crazy how these are coming out in the reverse. You were dealing and giving your time and energy, and maybe for some of you even your money, you know, to people or situations here that either are unawakened or that are things that you were investing into while you were in an unawakened state. And I do not feel like you're in that unawakened energy anymore, you know? So it's like all of these things that I want to say were lingering, that were kind of like stuck to you in some sense when you were in a period of time of being unawakened. Those things are being released. You're being unstuck from those things. This is specifically where I'm getting the divine fuck you. You know, not fuck you, but fuck anything that was trying to hold you back, that was trying to take from you, that, you know what I'm saying? this is what's being cleared out. And because of that clearing, this other stuff is picking up momentum. You know, there's nothing in the way to slow it down and to block it. I feel like the divine is wanting to say, you know, real quickly, like, hey, you know, you're loved, you're supported, and it's time now for you to start seeing the success of this. It's time now for things to run smoother. You know, you've been doing so much. You know, I'm getting major transformations, major protection. You know, the divine is really giving you a helping hand here with getting closure and letting go of all of these things, you know. So you could be going through a lot or just have some, you know, heavy energy around you. And just know that it's temporary. You know, you're going through all of these changes because your life is being restored and balanced back out here. This, I mean, I keep seeing the color gold, you know, and I know that these cards have, you know, that accent of gold in them, but the energy that is surrounding this blessing, the energy is gold. So I do very much feel like this is something that is not just emotionally fulfilling and beneficial to people, but this is something that is actually going to be financially beneficial to you as well. Like, this is something that the divine is bringing this together in a very mysterious way. And look what came out at the bottom, the sun, the happiness, you know, everything coming to light, things being balanced back out, recognition, you know, confidence and success, I feel, is just inevitable here because this is your path. Whatever this is that you're working on, this is something that is going to be huge. Bigger than what you think it's going to be. You know, you might not have any intentions for whatever this is to take off. But I really am getting that energy here of it exceeding any expectations or thoughts that you may have had. You know, because the divine does work in mysterious ways here. So, is there anything else the collective needs to know about this? This is Four of Swords in the reverse. You know, so what I'm getting from this is that you've spent enough time recovering. You've spent enough time healing. You've spent enough time pouring love back into yourself from these karmic situations, from these karmic people. And now is the time for there to be balance restored. Now is the time for you to be happy. So anything else, you know, I do feel like the overall message that Spirit's trying to get through here is that you could be going through some changes, you know, some little bumpy moments here, but rest assured that this change that's happening here, it's gonna go by quickly, that things are being removed from your life to allow a very clear and straight path to this fucking happiness over here. You know, this steady flow of income and this steady flow of emotional fulfillment. You know, I'm getting this guiding and leading energy here. You're stepping into a role of authority, of leadership, and you're stepping into this role with a beautiful heart. You're not stepping into whatever this is out of greed, out of anything like that. You know, you're doing this from the right place, I'm gonna say. And because of that, this is going to grow and bloom even more. You know, this is a beautiful, beautiful blessing. Anything else, Spirit? Nope. Okay. So let's pull a final message. What should the final message be? A couple of these. All right. Final message, please. Again, you know, I'll pick that up. Again, I do want to know what you're working on. So, because it sounds so beautiful and it sounds like it's going to make such a wonderful difference, okay, to the world, I feel like. So, only one fell out and it fell on the floor, so let me grab that real quick. We have sensitivity. Your tenderness is a sacred instrument. And again, this pure energy that I feel like you're operating out of, okay? This is that vulnerable energy. It's working through your heart space here. And I'm telling you, it's leading you to something that is so beautifully bright. It's just touched by gold. It's touched by God. I really love this energy. Okay, so I hope this message helped. Until next time.